All right, Jules, let's dive a little deeper into PSG. As you know, I look at Thomas Tuchel, the rule breaker, as he once called himself, looking like some large stick insect. At least he doesn't have his crutch anymore. He was totally downtrodden at the end. Was it with Paris Saint-Germain's performance, the result? I mean,
yeah, the referee, I think he was unhappy with at the end. He said his team played great. He said, we had a great game. We played great. I'm really happy, considering the circumstances again, the fact that Neymar and Di Maria, only trained once in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, okay, sorry. We're talking about
this is not a great game. He's lying.
Okay.
We didn't watch the same game.
Yeah, okay, because this whole thing with the circumstances, I mean, first of all, unlike the first game of the season, you look at the Paris Saint-Germain lineup, including my man, Florenzi, the magic man.
Yeah, did really well. Well.
This was a legitimate lineup, not Paris Saint-Germain's best lineup, but it's not like all of a sudden, you've got Gilles, Alain,
no, I know, but there's still four starters missing, right? So there's a third of your team that's not there. Navas, Icardi, Mbappe, Marquinhos. That's true. So it's still, but still, with
Navas
the team
is a goalkeeper, Sergio Rico's fine. That's not the reason you lost.
Well, he's fine, except on the goal.
Icardi depends.
On the goal, he's asleep. On the goal, he's asleep. I think on the goal, he's counting how many people are in the stands. 4,100. Okay, they're all here. But no, I get your point. Okay, go on.
Are you gonna? I mean, there's the things Tuchel should have done differently.
I mean, there's no way Pablo Sarabia, who's a lovely young man, good player, nothing exceptional, but should play the whole game. I'm sorry. I don't think Julian Draxler should come on in a game like this. We had a game against Lens, as you said, in midweek with a C team, where two youngsters started. Case Ruiz and Calumendo, who did okay in the circumstances. Bring one on. I don't want to see Draxler in a game like this. I mean, at some point, he made a pass. I mean, even producer Freddy would have passed that ball better with more efficiency than Draxler did. It was ridiculous. Draxler should not play for PSG anymore. They're trying to sell him. If you're trying to sell him, keep him in the warm or in the cold, I don't know, and just don't make him play those games because he's not good enough anymore. His head is not there. I
think it's a head thing with Draxler, and you're right. I think there's a player in there. He's shown enough before coming to PSG that he can be a really good player. He just hasn't been that player, whether it's psychological or whatever. I think that happens sometimes.
And then, and Paredes? You're Thomas Tuchel, right? You see what's happening on the pitch for 72 minutes.
Right.
You know how tense it is, the pressure, how crazy. Just one thing like this and it would explode, right?
This is exactly. So basically, again, you should see the highlights of this just in a car crash kind of sense. You have the incident between Mbappe and Alvaro where he just goes and shoves him. Neymar and Alvaro. Yeah, Mbappe wouldn't do that. Goal kick, and I'm like, all right, here we go. The ball's contested. Dario Benedetto, the magic tattoo man, standing there waiting for the ball. Paredes comes and just cleans him out. I mean, that was some Ronnie Lott type stuff. That was some Andre Waters type stuff. Boom, and then that sets everything off. Yeah, not.
But you see what I mean? The game is TNT. It will explode if there's just a little bit of spark somewhere. Right. You bring on Paredes. What does Paredes do? That's what he does. That's what the guy is. A good player. Can see a pass. Can pass the ball well. But the guy is trouble when he wants to be. And he hasn't touched the ball. That he already clattered into Payet. Got yellow card before even getting the ball. And then after that, you knew it was going to explode.
I want to deal with the Mbappe thing because obviously there were very strong reports that he had demanded, or he's basically announced that.
One strong report, yeah.
But it got a lot of play.
Yeah.
That he was going to leave at the end of the season. What's your understanding here?
So that's not true. He didn't tell anyone, or his dad didn't tell, or his lawyer didn't tell anyone that he wanted to go. He was ready to go at the end of the season. His contract, as you know, runs out in June 2022. We've talked a lot about it on the show and on ESPN overall. Leonardo and PSG are really hoping to sit down with him and his dad very soon to try to see if he would renew his contract. They're quite optimistic from the talk that they've had in the last 6 months. It might not happen, and he might not want to, and he might end up leaving at the end of the season, or he might want to run down his contract. I don't know what he will do. But there's more optimism than pessimism at the club right now to the fact that he will renew his deal, even if it's just 1 year. At some point, he will leave. Of course, he will leave. He will go to Real Madrid or to Liverpool or to Juventus or to Bayern Munich or wherever. But they're really hoping to keep him a bit longer. but he certainly hasn't told anyone that he had decided to leave and he's made his mind up.
I wonder if the solution from his perspective is, I mean, if you'll go for it, do some sort of extension with a fixed buyout clause, you know, to help Paris Saint-Germain plan and budget. He gets the benefit of knowing how much it's going to cost, gets that little bit more security. But, I mean, the idea of him a year from now, I mean, he doesn't say he wants to leave or not. The reality is a year from now, it's going to be in Paris Saint-Germain's interest to sell him if he doesn't extend.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course. But then he'll be 22. You could also go the Cristiano United way, where you said to him, okay, give us one more year, you sign, and then we will sell you. We will let you go in a year time. So, you know, in June 2022, he would have extended 2 or 3 years, and then you can get some good money back, and it gives you another year, and then you're good.
I think this one's going to run a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.